today I'm going to explain how I structure my life. And so I'll be talking about my non-negotiables, my routines, morning and night routines, and why and how I cut out distractions, and how I find solutions to my own problems. So for the morning routines, as soon as my alarm beeps, I roll out of bed and I do 30 push-ups. And I do this as a way to get adrenaline flowing through my body so I can wake up. Basically, it's like a shot of caffeine. Like, I'm instantly awake. And then after that, I'll get dressed. Then I'll go to the bathroom and I'll get ready for the day. I'll brush my teeth, I'll do my hair, wash my face. And then I'll go downstairs, I'll have breakfast, pack my backpack, and I'll leave for the day. And I'll leave to school and whatnot. And then for night, it starts with me taking a shower. And after I shower, when my showers are hot and then cold for the last 2 minutes, as a way to clear my mind. And that's because whenever I go to bed, I personally sleep better with a clear mind instead of a groggy mind. And that's just one of the ways I can do that. So after my shower, I'll go to my room and then I'll journal for 30 minutes about my day, the top moments. I have habit trackers and I track my sleep, my mood, my water intake. And then I will read a couple chapters from a book and then I'll go to bed. And so one of the reasons I have routines in the first place is because it's just easy. After it becomes a habit to you. So after you've done whatever you've scheduled repeatedly, it becomes an unconscious habit. So you don't even have to think about doing it. It just happens. And this allows you to either wake up like in the morning or slow down and wind down and go to bed, like in the night routine. And I find this to be very efficient because it just allows me to be able to prepare for whatever I'm about to do. And it's just something that allows efficiency. And so that for the next thing, for my non-negotiables, I have 5 main pillars I have for 5 non-negotiables per day. And non-negotiables are just the things I do every day, no matter what. So for the core pillars, I have physical, I have intellectual, I have spiritual, social, and business and skill building. And I also have a bonus. And for you guys, it could just be like lifestyle development, spending time outside, practicing an instrument or whatnot. For me, it's practicing cello. And so what I've done to be able to develop my own non-negotiables is for each one, I have something I do for the base, like a baseline thing that I should be doing every day. And then I have a fallback one. So this is like the least amount of effort I could do to check it off for the day. So take physical, for example. My base is to do 3 sets with my weighted vest, and I'll do calisthenics. And that's the baseline. But say I'm really tired and I don't have a lot of energy in me. So my least minimal viable work would be to do 1 set and no weighted vest. And that would take me like 15 minutes. And that 15 minutes, like, it's not a lot of time. It should be done quickly. And so that just allows me to be able to do it every day and allow me to check it off and to compound my growth. Because if you're not doing what you set out to do, you're stagnating or you're falling behind. Yeah. And of course, we all want to be growing, so just do anything. Anything is better than nothing. And then I just do that process for the rest of the pillars. And then I cut out distraction and noise from my life. So I've put time limits on apps on my phone. I've deleted apps from my phone. I've blocked things straight from the router. So if I try to open up like Instagram or something, it just doesn't work. It does not open. And I've done this because I want to be focused on my goals and getting to where I want to be. And especially during the week with school, I have like 5 hours when I get home to do all of my non-negotiables. So I can't really be distracted. And this allows me to be able to do more and gives me a greater ability to focus. Because with distractions like scrolling or something, my mind feels foggy afterwards, and then I just feel unable to do anything for like the next 30, 40 minutes, and that really cuts down my time to be able to do effective work. And I find that subtracting is better than optimizing, because if you're removing stuff, you're essentially optimizing. If I remove distractions, that automatically gives me more time to focus and do work. And so, for some live examples, I'd like to share some of my own problems. So, sometimes I have trouble with doing work whenever I'm tired or I feel unmotivated, especially during the week after school. I'll get home and I'm hungry and I'm tired and I just want to relax. And so I found personally that if I switch around some of my non-negotiables, if I practice cello first, it just relaxes me. I don't know, something about playing an instrument, it's like you're just in the zone and everything just fades away and you just become relaxed. It's wonderful. I recommend playing an instrument. And so I found that playing cello after I eat, when I'm at home after school, it allows me to just like reset so I'm ready to do the rest of my work for the rest of the evening. Another thing I've had trouble with is consistency gaps. And one of my solutions was, as mentioned before, routines. Routines allow me to just do work and do things without even thinking about it. So it just makes me not have a problem with doing the work, because it just becomes an unconscious habit. And then one of the last problems that I have is overthinking. If I have too much space in between what I'm trying to do, I'll look at the next thing and I'll start thinking about it. And eventually, I'll probably do this. I'll be like, do I really need to do this? I can do it tomorrow. Like, this doesn't need to be done today. And of course, I don't do it the next day. And if I let myself get into that overthinking bit, it lasts like 2 or 3 days, and my progress goes down a bit. And so to overcome overthinking, I've built unconscious habits through my routines. So consistency and overthinking have kind of like connected and for those problems. And then I fixed it with routines. And another thing I want to touch on is journaling. So I have 2 journals that I write in daily. My first journal is to record my takeaway from the day, things I've done from the day. I'll put them in a quote from like a scripture or from a book or something I listen in a podcast or something. I'll write down a quote, and then I will give short-term goals that I want to accomplish in the upcoming days or weeks. And then in my other journal, I record the top moment of the day, and then I track my non-negotiables, and then I have a sleep tracker, a mood tracker, and a water intake tracker. And I aim for around like 3/5 of a gallon per day. That's enough for me. And this is all to optimize my life. I want to be on track with my goals and with my time frames for my goals. And I find that journaling allows me to be able to reflect and see and point out where I'm going wrong and what I need to fix for the future days, weeks, months, years. And I've filled a couple journals already. Like this one, I'll just show it up. I journal daily, and this is around 100 pages, so this is 100 days. And every 100 days, I get a new journal. So I think I'm at day like 183 in my journal. So that means I've done around 183 days. It's been around 183 days since I started my self-improvement journey, which is kind of bonkers because I feel like it's been much longer. But yeah, journaling is an important part of my life and allows me to close my day with sealing everything I've did, all my worries, onto paper so I can go to bed without having to worry about it. And the last thing I want to talk about is sleep. Sleep is so important, especially as teenagers. School, it seems like really intensive, but if you don't sleep, you're going to fall behind in a ton of things. As your brain won't be as rested, you won't have recovered enough through the night, because sleep is the prime spot for recovery. If you don't get enough sleep, you don't recover as well, and you also don't retain things as well from the day before. So what's recommended is 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So I aim for 9 hours of sleep. I like to go for the middle. And whenever I've been able to hit 9 hours of sleep consecutively between days, I notice that I'm more awake. My energy lasts longer. My focus lasts longer. There's a ton of perks to it. And if you combine that with drinking half a gallon of water a day, everything just feels a lot more clear and crisp. And for me, that's been a huge boost for my progress. Maintaining health will automatically help you improve. Like anything you're trying to do, if you optimize health, whatever you do just becomes a little bit easier. And that's what I'd like to close off with. And thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.